Guys, welcome to this video, and in this video I'm going to be walking through a track inspired by the label Make the Girls Dance. So it's a Latin / ethnic house track with lots of different inspiration from around the world, and it's a style that I've been paying attention to and really studying recently. So I'll break down this track, I'll play different parts of it, and then we'll break down each element, and hopefully that will help you to create similar style. So let's just play different parts.
Je sais pas c'est quoi la bamba.
Okay, so let's start off by analyzing the kick and bass. So we have this kick and bass here. And I've scooped out 186 Hertz, and I think that's to make room for the bass. So if I just bring out the EQ here, you can see a lot of the harmonics are at 180 Hertz. So I think that's why I made that decision. Ultimately, the bass line is just to create a sense of like a vibe, basically. So I've got all these bass lines in D minor, which are going to be in our new pack. But let's just swap out the bass line. I'll show you that you can create a vibe with any kind of different bass line. Just pick the one that you like the most. So let's play the whole track. And I can swap this with like this bass, for example. But for me personally, I really liked the vibe of this one. It's a nice legato bass, and as I explain in my other videos, if you have a short kick with like a short tail, it sounds really good with legato bass lines, like long notes. So the main thing that I wanted to actually show you in this video is the drums. So let's just get the kick, bass, and drums playing. So it sounds like there's a lot going on, and there is. So let's break it down section by section. So we start with this high end stuff. You can achieve a sound like this just by layering like shakers, hat loops, and top loops. So let's start with the top loop. So you can combine a top loop with shakers and hats, pan them to different sides so that this one is like 8 left, this one's to the right. Send it to reverb, group them together. And what you can do is compress them together as well to make them sound all glued together. You could even saturate them as well. So the high end is just essentially a bunch of shaker, hat loops, and top loops. And then we have these elements here. And also just a tip, when you're designing projects and you're working on mix downs and arrangement, it's really helpful to have a color coding system. So for me, I like kick and bass in red. I group all of my drums together, and percussion is orange, high end is yellow, and then claps, rims, and toms and snares are green. And then these things, that's more percussion. So I can just quickly like color code it so I know what it is. And this may seem like it's taking up time in the moment, but actually it saves you a lot of time in the long run. So if we go to this instrument here, So I'll just play the percussion, these top percussions here. So we have this bell sound, just playing a triplet. I think it's a triplet. Yeah. So when you're making this style of music, like Latin house, you can put in different rhythms. This is why I like making this genre, is there's a lot of variation in the drums themselves. So we have a triplet rhythm over this fall to the floor type instrument. This is called a Cuica. I don't know how to explain it, how to pronounce it. But I've just chopped up a loop from one of our packs using this simpler here. Send it to a lot of reverb. And then I've also added in these percussion rolls. And that's one of the reasons why I started making sample packs, is to bridge the gap between the sounds I was hearing and in different tracks and the stuff that was available on different platforms. So I wanted to build up a library of sounds that were really nice and usable in genres like this. So if we play the percussion, the kick and the bass all together, sounds really nice. And then we have this clap come in. When you're putting a clap on a random beat like this near the end of an 8-bar loop, you can send it to a lot of reverb to give it more impact. And I should actually add a millisecond delay here so it sounds like it's a wider sound. You notice that it sounds a bit more wide and impactful. Just by adding this delay here, track delay. So from there we can look at the snares and toms. So it's quite a simple pattern, it's just this. Very simple pattern. And it's layered with toms. And then we have essentially just more percussion. So these are just timbal one-shots. Turn them up. And they're playing off the rhythm, the snare rhythm, the tom rhythm. And it just adds a layer of interest and attention to detail, which really catches your ear, all those organic sounds going on. Then we have the claves, the finger snap. Let's play all of the drums, the bass and the kick together. Okay, so the drums and the bass are sounding really good. And then we have this vocal, which is a splice vocal.
Bomba. La bomba.
I was just looking for a random phrase that serves as a vocal hook.
Je sais pas c'est quoi la bomba. Je sais pas c'est quoi la bomba.
Something for people to sing along to, and I think it fits quite well with this electric guitar sample, which is kind of like a Middle Eastern sound. And that's another reason why I like this genre, is you can bring in elements from all over the world. And I've layered that with this pluck sound, which is playing chords. And it's a Serum sample. Guitar, 70s funk guitar. We have this string sample as well. Again, this is from Splice. Every now and then you want to add in some nice effects. So if you're wanting to make this genre, I'd recommend find a good kick sample and a bass line that's vibing really well. Then make a pattern like this. So you want a pattern like this. Just something like that. From there, bring in a vocal sample or percussion on the beat, on the same beat as the kick. And then from there, build it up with like triplet rhythms like this. And look for a vocal sample and an instrument as well. Usually from an ethnic country, like the Middle East or something. Really fits this genre really nicely. And just make sure it's in key. So we're in D minor. And the samples are all in D minor as well. Something that I took out was this pluck, but you can also add that in. Just a pluck on the D. Also, it's worth noting that the bass is filtered out. I could actually lower this even more. Because remember, it's just providing that vibe and movement in the lower frequencies. And then the drums and the instruments and the vocal provide the thing that people are going to remember about the track. But they're going to feel the bass line and the vibe of the bass line. So I like to usually filter out a lot of the higher frequencies. So hopefully you enjoyed this short video going through how to make a track in the style of Make the Girls Dance Records. We've gone over the drums, the bass, and finding vocal hooks and layering in instruments. So hopefully you found this useful. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you very shortly for the next video. Take care.